This is the home of my kombucha. I have two. Here's one. And another. You should keep these in warm and dark place. So this is how they look. She's grown quite thick.
So what's on the bottom of the jar?
Scobys.
Okay.
These are old Scobys and this is new one.
Okay.
I always use different kind of teas. I think it depends on the tea variety, on how well it likes it. If it likes it much, it's gonna grow big. And others, it will stay quite thin. This is organic turmeric tea, and this is actually, what is it? I don't have it anymore. It's Clipper's red berry or something like that. And the new one's gonna be this kind of tea. It's green tea. And the other one's gonna be white tea. You should brew the tea beforehand and let it cool down so that it isn't too hot. And if you pour boiling tea on the Scoby, it will die. So first I'm gonna take one of these.
Where can you get your own Scobys?
There's, at least in Finland, there's many regional Facebook groups where you can just send a message and say that you want one.
So how are you going to transport it? You in a litter? No.
In a glass jar.
Yeah.
With some of the juice.
Okay.
Or tea. It's gonna be a starter.
So now we are kind of harvesting the.
Yeah,
kombucha.
I'm gonna try to get these out. It's really thick. And some of the older ones are a bit scruffy looking and a bit thinner. There's always gonna be a new one on top. So that's the reason why people are easily to give them away. I'm gonna take both. And the Scoby is a symbiotic cultivation of bacteria and yeast.
Okay.
So if you're eating or drinking probiotic, say yogurt or something like that, this would be the easier and cheaper way, because there's good bacteria and yeast that will keep your digestive system good. So now I'm gonna take the bottle. This is the first fermentation. these have been about 2 or 3 weeks now. The longer you keep it, the more vinegary the taste will be. And if you want, you can at this point add some more sugar or fruit or juice to flavor it differently. And if you then keep it for about a week in a bottle, it will start to ferment again and you have bubbles in it. But I don't like the bubbles, so I'm usually drinking it just like this.
So when you get your own Scoby, how are you going to start your own kombucha factory?
I'm gonna show you.
Okay.
And the tea you're using, it's gonna affect the taste. It's just kind of what tea you like, you should do your kombucha in that. And if you're using this kind of bottles and fermenting again, you should let the pressure out once in a while, because if it's really start to ferment, it could blow up and leave quite a mess in your kitchen. The stuff that's in here, it's mostly yeast that is, it just grows in there on its own. And I have actually tried with the ones that have really much yeast in the bottom to make a sourdough starter, and it actually works.
So you can use it with making bread.
Yeah.
Yeah, sour
Yeah.
bread.
Yeah. These I'm actually saving for our chickens and rabbits. I occasionally put some in their drinking water, not a lot, just a tablespoon or teaspoon on 1 liter. So I need a small jar. I'm gonna put it in a glass first. So this goes for the animals. Then I'm going to rinse this. Just cold water.
You're not using any kind of dish liquids or
No.
washing up
No.
soap?
Some people say that you should disinfect your jars in the middle or when you're changing the liquid. But when you think that Scobys have traveled all around the world over 2,000 years, so would have they survived and spread it all over the world if they were so sensitive? Sugar is the food for the Scoby.
It's the way you would start it if you have the first Scoby.
Yeah. You need a glass jar.
Yeah.
These are 2-liter jars. So for every 1 liter you need 1 deciliter of sugar. So this is 2. I'm gonna use 2 deciliters. They don't have to be full. And if you want to use honey, you should have a different kind of Scoby. It's a Jun Scoby for honey, because honey is slightly antibiotic.
Okay.
it will kill the normal that's used to feeding on sugar.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna use vinegar. I put 1 deciliter on both. This is gonna keep away the unwanted bacteria. And then I'm using 1 deciliter of the ready kombucha that we just put in the bottle.
What if you don't have ready-made kombucha?
Then just leave it out or put a bit more vinegar.
Okay.
But if someone gives you one Scoby, it will have the liquid for transportation. So you have the 1 deciliter of kombucha in there.
Okay.
As a starter. And then the teas.
So you just took the tea bags?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna pour the jar full. This I'm gonna use like this. And the rest you can just add water. Like so. Then I'm gonna stir them a bit. Like so. And then just put them back. As you can see, these are only half. I have given half of them to new homes. And you should cover these with fabric, because you don't want any flies or things like that to get in them, but they should have air to breathe, so cloth is best, and a rubber band or string to tighten it. She's ready. Another one. The huge one. And back to the cabin. If you're making kombucha for the first time, you should about after 3 or 4 days fermenting, taste it, and if it's too sweet for you, ferment it more, taste in a couple days later, and just try what fits you. I'm usually keeping about 10 days. So I like a bit more tangy. And if you keep them really long, you can use it like a vinegar as a salad dressing or like that. Oh, that's done. Pretty easy.
Is it safe to drink kombucha as much as possible, like Coca-Cola or something like that?
Not really. You should, if you're starting with it, you should start with small amounts and get your digestive system to kind of get used to it. I drink about 1 glass in the morning and another glass in the evening. Some people drink more, some people drink less. You just got to find what suits you.
Okay, so it's not like candy. It's like useful thing to drink to keep you healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's gonna keep your stomach good and the bacteria in your stomach good. So all the bad bacteria that you get from your environment doesn't so easily infect you.
Yeah.
Because you have the good guys in you to keep the bad guys out.
Yeah. Okay, so that's how you make kombucha.
Yeah.